Now, what was the role of woman? Now we're coming to the basics. What was she created to do and to be? In one word, a helper. And that is the key to understanding fulfillment in a woman's life. A woman's nature is to be a helper. Now, in our contemporary thinking, that's prejudice. There you are, they're putting us down. We are to be helpers. Let me point out something to you which will encourage you. In John 16, verse 7, Jesus referred to the Holy Spirit, and he called him the helper. So you women have got the same title as the Holy Spirit. Do you think the Holy Spirit feels inferior to the Father and the Son because he's the helper? Do you think that Jesus feels inferior to the Father because he's the Son? God spoke about Jesus in his earthly ministry and said, "Behold my servant in whom I delight." Do you think that Jesus is inferior to the Father because he's the servant? You see, we've got this totally wrong mindset, which is the root of many of our problems, that it's inferior to be a servant. That's not true. It's not. Jesus is the servant of the Father. The Holy Spirit is the servant of the Father and the Son. What matters is to find your particular place and fill it. And don't argue with God. He made you that way, whether male or female, whether black or white or any other color in between. And that's the way you're going to be. So you might as well learn to make the best of it. Not fight it, not argue about it. I have a dear friend, a brother in the Lord, who was born a Muslim in Algeria, had a dramatic personal encounter with Jesus, and has become a committed believer in Jesus. Well, because of his Muslim background, he began to argue with God about the way God had chosen the Jews and the privileges that appeared to be granted to the Jewish people, and why should they, and why should they, and why should they. And eventually God spoke to him and said, "Ali," that isn't his name, but "Ali, your problem is not with the Jews, it's with me." And I say to you ladies, your problem is not with men, it's with God. And he's not going to change. He's sovereign. You can argue with him, plead with him, get angry with him, but he is not going to change. Thank God, because he's perfect.